some more in the front line, middle section, front line. So you would have the chrome 4 pans, you'd have double seconds and double tabernacle. Double seconds is the pan I play. I love playing double seconds. My cousin used to play double tenor, and both of us at that point in time were,
So you started off with the guitar and then you went on to different.
Yeah.
Did you have any formal training, or was it just like hands-on learning on your own, but
Yeah.
learning from practice and experience actually being?
Yes, I believe, to me personally, that was the way I learned. I did not have much formal training at all. In fact, it was the best teacher experience, because as much as I could tell you, learning this instrument, it taught me one thing, the same thing in different ways. And that is to keep going, never give up, and there's always hope. Because there might be times you want to learn a panorama song, or you want to learn a song and you find you're not getting the scale, you're not getting that. But through persistence is where I had to break that barrier and get better.
Practice.
Practice.
Yeah.
Practice. Just hardcore practice, lock in, do what you gotta do, focus.
And that's important. You can't be, you have to be focused in order to be able to get to where you want to be, in order to taste success. When we talk about tasting success and understanding as a son of the soil and as a panist, what are some of the challenges that you face? Because it's our national instrument. And I think we only hear our national instrument around the carnival season, and that. But why can't we see it in weddings? Why can't we see it in functions? Why can't we see it a little more? Because it really is ours.
Yeah.
You know, and so we have the right to it. And I think our sons and daughters should also have the opportunity. I think in schools, it's something that should be explored.
Funny you should say that, because although I did not continue it when I was going primary school, during primary school, when I saw everybody playing pan, I wanted to join and I wanted to see. I just never got the opportunity to, or the chance to in school.
Yeah.
But the little times I was in the pan room in primary school, it was the most amazing place in the school.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It's like all these pans, you're seeing all these pans, you're seeing all these children playing, people like myself.
Yeah.
At the point in time, as a child, watching other children doing the same thing I love to do.
Yeah.
It's like a whole connection started from there, and everything just interlocked, and that's when I knew I love music more than I thought I actually did. So,
You realize, you recognize there's a love in your heart for pan. Oh, and so you continued, you played with different bands, or?
I did play with different bands, but I'd always play with my main home band. You know, I played with a couple bands already before in many spaces, many times, and it's great, and I definitely do it again.
So it's great, you love it, you've had great experiences. As a panist, and I'll ask this question, do you make any money? How do you survive out of it? If you were to continue this, so you have been as a career, how do you feel like you're struggling? Do you feel that, okay, you're compensated well? It's something that you can see yourself continuing to grow in order to pay your bills, in order to flourish?
Right. Well, my wholesome opinion on it, there's many avenues and many ways open to the public in many ways and so much ways. I think it's just for someone to go out and actually see what is there, because there's many people, like you see, there are weddings, there are normal functions that happen every day. There's people that go on the sidewalk and set up a pan and they play right there to music, and people pass, and there's even from the micro opportunities to major large scale things where people actually work on the craft and get so good they actually go on ships and play
Correct. The opportunities are amazing. You made a very valid point there, which I've had, apart from that experience in Hong Kong and many other parts of the world I would have experienced. I clearly remember at the Opera House in Sydney, had that experience as well, where you had Trinidadians playing theirs. You talk about in London, and that's how they survive with their little hat out front, and he's playing the pan, and Trafalgar Square. I've had those sorts of experiences.
Yes.
And why can't we have that here? Why can't our sons and daughters this be lucrative so that they don't have to now depend on another career, but they could make this a career and live a comfortable life out of it,
Yes, that can be done.
What do you think is holding that, however? Why can't we see more of it?
I believe it has to do with a lot of things in Trinidad. I think Trinidad mentality, not everyone, but we tend to have a way we look at external validation rather than look within ourselves. We created this amazing thing here.
Exactly.
And it is nothing more than realizing this is something viable that can have a structure in such a way that it can be used in an orderly fashion, where it could have a payroll. It could, if I do say so myself, to my own knowledge, I think there's a National Steel Symphony Orchestra.
Yes. Is it active, however? I'm not sure.
Not sure. Maybe they may still be active. And
but
I think
why can't we see more? Why can't we have concerts out of the carnival season?
I think
why
we should.
can't we exactly? Why can't we capitalize on such events and have more local production in terms of the steel pan, and have a beautiful concert that you could put together, that people could be not just in the environment or the season of carnival, but external, thinking out of the box,
Well, funny enough, thank God for World Steel Pan Month, because World Steel Pan Month, I enjoyed it. I was with my home band. We had, we had gigs, we had things playing, and then we had our own event called Pan in the West. It was amazing to see the bands come out, and it was nice. A lot of things happened, a lot of people came out. It was great. So apart from that, I think being able to go out there and just hold shows, like bands coming out and just holding shows, it don't have to be a specific, or a special occasion. They could just come and say, hey, we're having a thing, or, we're just having a little lime, a little get together, and, invite people and let them see the magnificence. Because I go out there and I see youth, children, like literal children playing like wind. And it's like one of the most amazing things I've seen.
We had our very own Son of the Soil that went to China and he was in the Guinness Book World of Records. And he is just awesome. He's so versatile. He plays anything across the board, setting no limitations at all for himself. And no wonder why he holds that record. Correct. And has continued to make us extremely proud.
Correct.
And I just feel that we could, in this country, capitalize on Pan and allow our sons and daughters to have that tradition, that art stay alive. Pan, the moment you listen to Pan, it ignites something in your soul. You can't help but move. You can't help but put you in a different frame of mind. And so there's always a win-win to it.
Agreed. Now, funny enough, I'll say this. I'm born and bred into music. My family's music, but my family, I wouldn't say they never really followed it. They just, everybody took different paths. I chose to follow the path of music, and what happened is, after I learned pan, I realized after that anything is possible. So I moved on and I realized, but wait, I'm learning music through pan. So which means I can learn music anywhere else, meaning I can also become a music producer.
Right.
So through that, I learned, but wait, through pan, I actually am able to do the skill. So what if I take this and do that as well, and conglomerate it too, so I can become a music producer that also plays pan, or incorporate pan and record pan, set up mics and record panists,
and that's certainly a good marriage. That's certainly a good combination. It works hand in hand, I think, because it's in the element. Yeah. Mr. Director, can we go to one of his pieces, please? That would take us to the top of the hour. I do believe we have some clips of you playing pan.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at one of those and, stay with us. This is the program Conversations with Zelisa. So, Andrew, let's go to one of those clips, please, and that should take us to the top of the hour. Stay with us.
Building something great? Start with the best foundation. At Badesi Transport Limited, we deliver top quality aggregate materials, fast, reliable, and right to your site. From gravel to sand to stone, we've got what you need at prices you can afford. And that's not all. We also offer equipment rentals, including trucks, backhoes, and excavators. For more information, call us at 665-3437 or WhatsApp 795-5672.
Looking for a full-time secondary school where your child feels safe, supported, and inspired? Experience the difference at Upper Level Educational Institute. Our passionate teachers and interactive classes ensure students remain actively engaged and excited to learn. Classes are also available part-time for students, repeaters, and adult learners. Sign up for any part-time subject and get CSEC Math free. Upper Level, a great place to learn, where students come first. Register today. Planning.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa, right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you, to all of our local, regional and international viewers. Thank you so much for choosing us. I'm in conversation with a son of this soil, Ryan Waldron. He's a panist and entrepreneur, and he's sharing his story, his journey when it comes to, taking pan in his life to another level. With that clips, I saw the energy. You were on fire. You were not just playing, but you were just so energized, really enjoying what you do effortlessly, being in the moment.
I actually had one time I turned into this thing called a meme on social media, because I was so ecstatic that I felt the vibe and the energy from everybody at that point in time. And I had this meme that they found me kicking actually behind the pan and really acting up, and that's just what the energy of this instrument does to people.
Yeah, it does. It stirs something deep within your soul.
does,
You
it
know,
does.
I want to talk a little bit about understanding the benefits, the positivity in our land. We are at a place where we know when it comes to our children misbehaving so much that we now have police officers assigned to schools, right? We are aware of the bullying, of all the negativity, of the fighting, the abusing, when it comes to the language. Our young ones using every cuss in the dictionary of cuss words and profanity. And so I strongly believe in, if we have positive extracurricular activities, we get our children at a very young age involved in the arts, in culture, in dance, in music, in singing, in football, in tennis, in cricket,
Things active.
and playing the pan, which is absolutely positive. It helps burn out all the energy and put you in a nice frame of mind. You're in an environment where you could grow, you could excel. When you talk about the positives and the possibilities of doing that, it all ticks yes, 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 yes. Why can't we get our kids more involved and love who we are? Because we're so bombarded with the Western world and the things that happen in the Western world. Is it that we're losing our arts? Is it that we're losing our culture? Is it that our children have no focus? You know, what are your thoughts as a young man with regards to these negativities that we're constantly bombarded with?
I believe those things only come from external validation, meaning we always look at what outside influences have on us, you know, rather than knowing what we actually have as a blessing. If, my opinion, if, parents start to take interest in the creative side of their children,
Right.
because that is what tends to show first and foremost.
Yeah, agree.
Whether children are intelligent in mathematics,
Correct.
whether they're intelligent in building Legos, in anything like that. Seek an interest in the child's creative pathway.
Correct.
Invest in it. Do not deter them from it. It will be the single most best thing you ever do for your child's life.
It's an
and
investment.
yours.
You're very correct.
Because that will also stir them to become disciplined in more ways than one. And when you surround them with the right set of people that are responsible as well, in a group wherein there's authority that will show them and protect them from doing things in such a way that is the norm. I think it would the whole society, the whole of society would be a better place.
You're absolutely correct. It's about doing positive things, which brings me
Correct.
to this. We understand and we establish that we welcome our children, once we recognize their talents at a young age, we need to help them to manage, allow that to blossom and to grow and to evolve, to take it to another level. But let us be realistic here now. We have been hearing, now you've been part of it from a boy growing up. Well, if I send my child by the pan yard, it's because they're going to smoke weed. It's because they have negative influences. It's because you're not sure of what is going to happen, who is going to influence them, whether they're going to start smoking weed, taking drugs. We don't know. Because some people may point fingers and be like, that person, hi, how they behaving like that? And it may not necessarily be drugs. It's because they're high on what they're doing. Because, sometimes you, in your element there, you can just see, wow, I'm just enjoying myself. Clean, nice, positive fun. Talk to us about the negative aspect of it and what do we need to do to clean up that negative aspect of it. Is it true? Is it false? So that we could now feel comfortable as parents to say, I will send you after school by the Panyard to be able to learn to play pan. We're in a different place. So let's be honest here and give me your perspective.
Okay, so I completely understand what it is you're saying there. And from my point of view, if we set an example as adults, remember, children will follow what they see. They are very influenced by social media. They are very influenced by technology. They are very influenced by all these things that will attract their dopamine sensors. So if we as adults set an example and let them know this is the boundary where you do not cross as children, all the creativity, all this stuff, this is the boundary, so that we can not only protect you, but you can also protect yourselves growing up. Because these things are very much,
Am I correct, however, that they've got a lot of negative aspects and influences on at the pants?
There are those things, like anything else, like any other discipline, there are going to be negative, the negative comments, because I believe things exist in a realm wherein you can't have one thing without the other. But in order to understand where the order lies, then we need to understand where the chaos is. So when we find that chaos, we could find order within ourselves. We could find order within everything. And I believe once there is a structure as to how we carry about ourselves when we come up, when it comes to protecting children, let's talk about protecting children on the whole. When it comes to having orderly fashion and teaching them, not like even in homes, right? The way we speak to children, what we talk to them about, what we tell them, and you never know, because there are a lot of stories where children come back and say one day, Mommy or Daddy, what this person called me, whatever, in school, or this person was doing this in school, what is this? And we have to sit down and explain to them. As adults, we have to talk to them and let them know X, Y, Z. What we have to be the ones to tell them right from wrong, and what is the negative aspects, what is the positive aspects, and we could show them that there is a way for the positive to flourish.
I respect and understand what you're saying, because that's where you have proper communication at home, in the sense that what is your duty and responsibility as a parent to ensure that you talk to your children, tell them about the positive, tell them about the negative. But the fact is, there are negative influences. You've got 5 fingers, none are the same. Some children will understand that and they are stronger, and so they may say no. Somebody may offer them a beer. Understand what I'm saying? Or say, take a puff of a cigarette, and they'll say, no, I'm not here for that. Oh, I can't. But there are those that could be easily influenced.
Yes.
And the fact is, what we probably need to do, and people may beg to differ and say, well, that's the way the Panyard is, and those are the things that happen there, and that's just part of the culture. So I think perhaps in a forum where you with your good self, you're already talented, perhaps you could give some pan lessons in a community center after school. You or there are others you could take away those that are talented like yourself and say, well, I am dedicating one day a week to go into the community center, or perhaps go into a school and say, I'd like to give some pan lessons. Let's do it during after an hour after school, and perhaps utilize that avenue so your kids are in an environment that it's safe and it's not toxic, and they get to embrace and learn what you're doing and apply it to themselves.
Yes, I agree. Well, in fact, the steel orchestra that I'm with right now, we actually, I still have to get in contact and find out if they're still continuing, because more than likely they are. But we had pan practice. We had a lot of children that came, and they were successful in learning this skill. Some of us even continued with us. So a lot of them actually continued with us to continue playing in Panorama and in the gigs, prior to what I was speaking about. stayed and they actually became very advanced. They have a lot to learn still, but they move on. They did well. They're doing well.
What avenues, as a young panist, I think you're young, what avenues do you see for yourself for growth and improvement in this country? In terms of being a panist and using, and this is now your gift, it is an art that you've mastered, it's what you love to do, but do you see yourself in a shell in this country, or what do you expect, or what do you see, or what would you like to see more of as a young artist, as a panist?
Well, personally, I could say I don't feel like I'm in a shell, because I think pan in itself is just taking over.
Do you think you're limited? You don't feel limited in Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, the way my mind works, I think I look for the way. I don't sit down and wait for it. I'm not saying there are others that that maybe may not know how to do whatever, how to look at things or how to find opportunities. But I work hard and I find the opportunity. I go at it. No matter what, I go at it. I don't give up.
You get up and go again.
I get up and go and find it.
And so you spoke to us earlier on with regards to young people getting an opportunity to work on a cruise ship, travel the world, and they play pan and they perform on these cruise ships, and that's becoming very popular. And I personally know people that took jobs on cruise ships, and they were able to really capitalize, in the sense that they worked very hard for a couple of years, but they were able to save money and come back and purchase land, build homes, a car. They've been able to do the things or achieve the things that they could not achieve here in Trinidad, working out of Trinidad.
See, well, it came from Trinidad, and remember, the world out there as well, to me, how I see it, there's a lot of things to explore out there.
But that's what I'm hearing from you as an artist here.
Yeah.
Yes, there are lots of doors that will open out there. And many do take advantage of that, and they do exceptionally well. They work hard, they make the sacrifices. But what do we have here for those that do not have the opportunity out there? What opportunities are we creating for our sons and daughters here in Trinidad and Tobago when it comes to our national instrument? And that's something for you to respond to when we return. This is the program Conversations with Zelisa. I'm in conversation with a son of the soil, Ryan Waldron. He's a panist, and let's go to these important messages. When we return, we continue our conversation. Stay with us.
Puja materials at perfect prices are at Prem Singh's Puja Bhavan, and for Navratri, we're fully stocked. Need mithai? We make them nice and tasty by order every day. Get fresh dahi, paper suhari leaves, jandi bamboo, plus wooden baby boxes and pirhas. For your devotion, use our ready-made Devi tar. It's rich in color and made from premium ingredients. Don't miss our assortment of Ayurveda health and cosmetic products, Tulsi teas from Organic India, and a range of Girnar and GB teas. Fasting? Our QREP branch has all the vegetarian products, Indian groceries, curries, and spices you'll need. While there, have a look at our variety of healing crystal jewelry. Prem Singh's Puja Bhavan, 11 St. Ives Street, Chaguanas, opposite the Charlieville taxi stand, and at the corner of Watt Street, QREP. Call 663-6084. Visit us today. It's a family tradition, serving the nation and Dharma.
Step into the colors and flavors of India at the India in Style Expo opposite the Center of Excellence Mokoya. Dive into our Indian food festival featuring a delicious variety, plus explore vibrant Indian clothing, elegant outfits for the entire family, perfect for every occasion. Open daily from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. opposite the Center of Excellence in Mokoya. Get ready, Shogunas! The Fab India Expo is back, starting on September 18th, right opposite the Medford gas station, Shogunas. Shop authentic Indian fashion, food, jewelry, home decor, and much more. Don't miss out on the Fab India Expo opposite Medford gas station, Shogunas, your one-stop cultural destination.
Welcome to Tuna's Auto Spares and Accessories Limited. We supply new and foreign used parts for all makes of vehicles. Visit our locations at 247 Kakandi Road, Felicity. Call 672-7765. 158 Southern Main Road, Warrenville. Call 672-7769 and 53A Pear Road, Charleville. Call 672-2333. You can also WhatsApp us at 469-4822 or 469-4823. Our opening hours are Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sundays and public holidays, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Kill man is a real dog, you know. Kill man is a real dog out here. Nah. That's what you saying he do? After he talked that big game and nothing? If you search up red flag, you will see he face sweet. I don't understand.
But he didn't do nothing wrong.
Well, how you know he do nothing wrong?
Because I could see it. You just have an opinion and you...
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. Now it's Monday the 22nd of September 2025. The Future of Talk is back tonight at 7:30 p.m. sharp. Heavy and TC, they are back. Tell your friends, tell your family members, it's where you want to be. Real TV. All right, from 7:30, the Future of Talk. Tell your friends, tell your family members. When you watch them, like it and share it, because my guys are back. Heavy and TC, the Future of Talk. 7:30 tonight, right here on Real TV. It's where you want to be. Right now, I'm in conversation with a son of the soil, Ryan Waldron. He's a panist, and you know, a son of the soil talking to us about his journey, his life, his career when it comes to playing the pan, our national instrument. Andrew, Mr. Director, would it be possible perhaps to play the other clips that you have? So let's go into the other clips, and then of course Ryan and I will continue our conversation. But let's go to the other clips. That's really again. Yeah, look at him. Mood. It's as if you're having another show that you know, you just want to see you. You're listening to the pan, and then you just have this burst of energy. So you're part of the act. You really get into it. Yeah, it's as if you are in a different world, a world of your own. It's you and that pan in front of you, and you are just totally consumed.
Correct. It's like one of the best feelings. It's very exhilarating, and when my hands it just flies, it just moves. Once it comes like second nature. It really does.
It's like a magical experience, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually just, it's like I say, it's second nature. It hits more dopamine in such a way, and My hands just started
You
running.
say second nature, right? But I honestly see you as somebody that's very, like a gentle soul, very calm, very cool. So seeing you like that, in that element, is truly an amazing. It's like a different you altogether. And that is the beauty and the power of doing something that you love. You can get lost. You're not worried whether you're paid or not. You're not worried whether it's taking you all night into the morning and you're losing sleep. It's about you really getting in and enjoying every moment of it.
Correct. I really like how it feels. I guess it's a thing from since child, because that's how ever since when I was learning, I practiced, and I've just been doing it over and over, and eventually I realized there's different ways of doing things, and then, my intuition would always run on it. So when I do get to this point now where I could learn a panorama song and I could play it, it's like, okay, I'm getting this panorama song so much that I don't even want to think about playing the notes. I just play the notes because I know that's the correct thing I'm playing. And after that, anything goes.
Yeah.
That's just how it carries. That's just how the energy carries me.
So why can't our kids be high on that? Why can't our kids be high on their talents and not on the negative aspects of what we see or what's behind of the scenes or what's really real? And perhaps that's why parents or guardians are apprehensive of getting our children in the panyard. But there's a but to that. If we give them an alternative meaning like we spoke about in the community centers, in the schools, we create avenues. We've got, like I was saying to you, I think it's going to be a beautiful experience having pan in concert.
Yes.
So we get them performing in Napa and Sapa. We have our promenades strategically placed in communities. Why can't we get little concerts in the communities to bring the communities out? So it's not a dying art, but we revive it and keep it alive in a nice, clean environment.
Yeah, we could definitely. You could have the children come. They could learn, and prior to them learning, when they're learning and they're learning the skill, you teach them a song or two. You teach them the songs and whatnot, and then when they come out, they come up leading to an event. Let people know about it. Get the parents involved, the parents of the same children. Let the parents tell their friends or whatever, and get the community get together.
What do you think then? You've been there, done that, part of the industry, right? What do you think, your perspective, not mine, yours, because you are part of it, you understand what's happening. What do you think the authorities need to do in order to bring Pan again, a revival, alive? That we could say, I want my child, I want my children to be part of this, because it's our culture, it's who we are, it's ours. Let's reclaim it. What do you see? What's your perspective on that?
For me, for starters, I think the government could, I do say so myself in my opinion, I think the government could shed a little more light where children and Pan, the relationship between children and Pan are concerned, because it's children coming in, it's children playing. I've seen many clips and many videos of children playing Pan. I think the government could shed a little light on that, shed more light on that, take it a lot more seriously and bring it to the forefront and promote the positivity of steel Pan and how many things it has really done, because it has now become a worldwide thing, and we need for everybody to know that, Pan in itself, we created this, we created the instrument, so there are many opportunities such as this, such as becoming a teacher, such as becoming an arranger, such as becoming a drill master, such as even becoming a soloist. there are and more many other things. There are people that are content creators in Pan, with social media, and these children could do these things. And if the government could see that there is a market for this, and it doesn't need to be a dial-up phone, then that is where Pan could actually be on the rise, to know that we support our own.
What are you, as a citizen of this land, with your passion and love for Pan, what would you do if you had the opportunity to make a change in the lives of our children? What would you do as an individual?
Well, me personally, I'd lead by example. I try to lead by example, as I feel as though that's the best way I could do, because I'd try to do something and then show, hey, it's possible. Look, this is what I'm doing. I mean, I could try this, and I could relate it to them, because children have a way now, or young adults have a way now. They know what they like. So if I could find out what they like and somehow link that to, Pan. Like, for example, I see a trend now that people are taking modern day dancehall songs and playing it on Pan.
That's beautiful.
And to me, that brought about an energy and a lot of, I noticed it brought about a little, skepticism, where adults want to know, what is the song playing or whatever. But then the youths now, and
they relate.
They relate to it.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there and I'm watching like, whoa, these children really will pick up on their own, because it's something they like.
They could relate to.
Yes.
It's something they connect.
Yes.
So you think we need to take away the traditional, perhaps calypso and soca, and try to connect with our children in a different way?
Honestly, I think we just need to bridge the gap between the understanding of the children and the adults.
Yeah.
So we do not need to take out the calypso and the soca from Steel Pan. I think we need to just pay more attention to what it is the children like, and what it is the children, feel better doing as well. As long as we could make it, we could make it in such a way that the children will respond. We will respond erratically to it. So, like I see, I've seen how people just gravitate to the modern way of, or the modern style of teaching songs on the Pan. And for example, for those dancehall songs, it's like, it's nothing like I ever seen before, for real.
I think, I personally think it is important that I've seen many people, like our son Regalo, who went, he broke barriers.
That guy is
and
a
he's
beast.
in the Guinness, but I've heard him play a bhajan. I've heard him play Indian selections. I've heard him play, he doesn't set any limitations at all. He's simply awesome. He's very versatile.
Yes.
And so he stops at nothing. He always continues to challenge himself. And I think if we take that away and apply it, what a better TNT we'll have, and how it allows our children to blossom when it comes to the arts and things like that. Ryan, I want to thank you kindly for coming in this morning and having this nice rich conversation about Pan, our national instrument. And I trust and hope that we will all as adults explore the options, not just for our children, but it's something that we could do as well.
Okay.
As an extracurricular, something that will take us away from the worries of the world and allow us to embrace what belongs to us here in Trinidad and Tobago. God's choice is blessings as you grow from strength to strength. And I trust and hope that all of your desires will be fulfilled. But I believe that you've got the right attitude, because you will stop at nothing in terms of doing what you love, and you do it best. So may God continue to bless you richly.
Okay, thank you.
All the best to you. Take care. My dear friends, this is where we're going to wrap things up for today on Conversations with Zelisa. You know, it's important that we love what we do here. It's important that we embrace our culture, our traditions, and who we are. And we don't allow our arts to die, but rather blossom and grow. Yes? Here's reminding you, my dear friends, that with God and only God, all things are possible. Thank you so much for choosing us here at Real TV. Stick and stay with us. Great programming continues. Let me remind you, 7:30 sharp. The future of talk is back. Heavy and TC right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. Be safe, be happy, be kind. Respect the law of the land. I am Zelisa Budu Singh Rupani. Thank you so much for choosing us. See you tomorrow.
Puja materials at perfect prices are at Prem Singh's Puja Bhavan and Phonoratri. We're fully stocked. Need mithai? We make them nice and tasty by order every day. Get fresh done.